Hello, I'm Raziel. Now, if there's one thing Games Workshop does well, it's walkers. Most factions have them, and not one of them looks bad. The Imperial Knights fit the Warhammer 40k setting the best, from the small armigers to the Imperator class walking church. Knights come in different sizes, and they all look good. And knights are huge. Skyscrapers sized Deathbringers, metal giants with big guns bigger than your average man, blasting plasma hotter than the sun into the enemy, vaporizing the enemy into maybe putting it lightly, more vaporizing the vaporized opponent into vaporized ash than vaporizing the ash, just to be sure. The Knights of the Imperium are some of the oldest weapons they have, dating to the times of Old Knight, where they were less Deathbringers and more wood collectors. Being bipedal and big, Knights could go anywhere they wanted, not like much could really stop them. See, you would know if an elephant decided to attack a Knight because it would land around 100 yards away with a surprised look on its face, wondering where the ground went and why it suddenly came back. So Knights would clear the area of beasts and do a little bit of deforestation, around about an acre at a time. Then bring back the meat and the wood for the colony. So it would come as no surprise that Knights would be considered important. Well, it brings important supplies to build and feed the populace. This importance would lead to Knights being inherited and generations of family members becoming the leaders of the people. Now during Old Knight, it was the knightly houses that maintained their planet by hoarding resources. And even when their planet regressed technologically, it was the Knights that still protected the people. The threats were many during this time: massive increase in psychers, thinking machines spoiling the system of purges, and of course your running maniac. Knights were considered very important at the time, and then they were found by rogue traders and vanguard battle groups to take part in the Great Crusade. Tens of thousands of knights strode forward in the name of the Emperor, and then Horace threw his toys out the pram. Luckily, most of the knights didn't actually turn, thanks to the spiritual shielding of their thrones. The thrones of the knights are not just a seat which the princeps controls the knight. The thrones also keep the memories and personalities of previous owners, even when the knight itself has its own personality. These kept personalities can and do fight with the newest princeps, as much as they guide and help them. Even when princeps aren't plugged into the throne, sometimes they still see and communicate with their long-dead ancestors. The princeps are not just plugged in, they are soul-bound too, and this is incredibly painful and nightmarish, as you can probably tell. The weapons that Knights have are fantastic, from the Reaper Chainsaw to the Mega Bolter. Knight and Titan weapons are less about accuracy, as if they needed to hit the general area. Weapons like the Thermal Spear and Plasma Annihilator, on the other hand, adjacent to the general area, is good enough. The weapons of a Knight could be said to be overpowered. You could also say lava is hot and absolute zero is cold. The statement is true, yet still doesn't quite do it justice. The Vulcan Mega Bolter fired explosive rounds the size of a small dog, a dog that explodes, much like a Orc's bomb squig if it was launched at you going faster than the speed of sound, which probably sounds like a good laugh from the Orcs. The Reaper Chainsword comes in various sizes, big, very big, and oh, that's what it feels like to be diced up by a limousine. To deploy a Knight to the battlefield is much like how Space Marines are deployed in drop pods, if their drop pods were fortress-sized factories, barracks, and half a small town with its citizens. These drop castles are so big you can't really drop them behind enemy lines. You could drop them on enemy lines and cause massive casualties. Then it has to get ready. It takes a while before the Knight can actually step out to fight. So you don't want it to be too close to the guns at the top of towards it, and usually they're quite big too. The shields of a Knight are void shields, and these are quite interesting. The way a void shield works is by transporting any round shot at a Knight into the warp. And this goes a long way to explain why the chaos pods are perpetually upset. Imagine it chilling in your garden and thousands of bullets just come flying in all directions, for no reason at all, and from nowhere. Void shields must be the most trolly thing the Emperor has ever invented. after the discovery when Nightworld, the Imperium and the Mechanicus both saw that they have huge buildings of augers, and sun-spitting guns would be a good thing. So, kind of two distinct factions of Knight. They are the Imperium and those outside the Mechanicus. The real difference being between who they swore their allegiance to. Which is kind of silly really, as Mechanicum have sworn their allegiance to the Imperium anyway. So at Knight aligned with machine borrowers are still aligned with the Imperium. Also, most Mechanicus friendly Knights are protected by the Court. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on, well, Imperial Knights, and just a nice little brief description on what they do and how well, I suppose. Yeah, quite interesting. Thank you very much for watching again, and if you like what you heard and what you comment and subscribe as always, and the links to Raiden Games and all the others, Patreon, Football Planet, my comics, t-shirts and merchandise, all that down below as well. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the hobby, and thank you very much.